Isterset intisine hoognelarten in laptop nella hoogner choose which minute. Okay, let's continue. Anyway, we need to continue our session about whiteboard. I'm sure that you have a lot of students who is trying to do some notes or to draw something on your screen when you are doing something on your whiteboard. All our students, I don't know why, but they do this. They are drawing, they are writing, or they are doing something on our whiteboard when we are explaining something on our whiteboard. When we are having some video, then I can say that I can see that somebody is writing on my video. So you have here more buttons on your whiteboard screen. When you click on your more buttons, when you click on more buttons, then you can see chat, breakout rooms, record, disable participants annotation, show names of annotators, and so on. So again, from here, when you click on more buttons, then you can open your chat room, chat box, and to comment something, to have feedback, or to share something during sharing your screen with whiteboard. Again, if you need to break out some rooms when you are using your whiteboard, you can do it via more button. So click on more button and to click on breakout rooms button and to divide into groups your participants. And again, if you have forgotten to record your video and now you are sharing your whiteboard with your participants, you can do it from more option. Click on more option and click on record button to record your whiteboard or the whole lesson. Now, the most important part. If you want to disable your participants to annotate your screen, then you click on more button and you click on this disable participants annotation button. Then your students, your participants will not have an opportunity to write, to draw, or to do something on your whiteboard. You can also...
Should it be done every time or once you have done it?
Yes. Yes, you need to do it every time. And if you need to know who is that student or that participant is writing or drawing on your whiteboard, on your screen,
I want to know.
Press on this button, show names of annotators. Then, when the student or when that participant will begin to write or to draw something on your screen, you will see the name of that annotator, that student, that participant. So you can press to show name of annotators when you begin sharing your screen with whiteboard. At the beginning, please press on this button, show names of annotators. Then you can say, hey, Boros, don't do it. I can see that you're drawing on my screen. Or if you don't want to pay attention on that student or that participant, then you can just disable participant annotation and your participants or your students cannot do anything on your screen.
Thank you.
Yes, very, very important part because all students do it. I don't know why. Because so
It's
when you
fun.
when you share your screen, not only whiteboard, but your screen. Maybe you want to show some video or something else. Again, you can press on this button, more button, and disable participant annotation, and then they can do nothing on your screen. But if you want to see who that person who is doing that mess, then you can just press on show names of annotator button and you will see the name of that participant or student. I've talked about recording your sessions or your lessons. And then after recording, you can share it with your students who may miss the lesson. As I mentioned before at the beginning of our session, I do it in order I can watch what I have missed, what I haven't discussed, or what I had to do, but I didn't. So I do it for myself and I do it for my students in order if for some reason they don't participate in that lesson, they can have an opportunity to watch it later. And I record my lessons via Zoom, and then I put it in on our streaming platform, and in the evening, next day, in a month, or in a year, they can watch what we have discussed that particular day. You can use it as a daily work done, as I mentioned before. You can use it for self-reflection and CPD for your continuing professional development, as I mentioned before. You can use it for peer or mentor observation and feedback. So if for example, Satvik or Armine or somebody else said, Karina, can you send me the discussion or explanation of this topic or this theme? Then I have an opportunity, I have a chance to send that video to my peer or my partner or my colleague to watch how I have done it or to improve something, or if I need some advice, some piece of advice, then I will send it to you and say, Arminjan, can you have a look what I haven't done here? Can you give some tips me? So you have record button here. You can do it at the beginning of your lesson, pressing on, clicking on record button, or you can do it during sharing your screen, as I've mentioned before. You can pause your recording and go on later, pressing the pause or stop recording button. So if you want to stop recording for some reason, then you need to press this button. If you need to pause and then continue, you need to click on this button and play your video will be on MP4 format, and it will be saved. Please, can you unmute your microphone? I cannot participate. Okay, so your video will be on MP4 format, and it will be saved your PC or your phone or your laptop. And think about whether you need to record the video or not in advance. So if I tell you to do it for this particular lesson, I don't do it. I don't record and then say, oh, I love it, or I don't need to do it. So I think if this discussion needs to record this discussion, if I do, then I record. experiment with this function in advance to know the best way of using it. If you record the video, you will need to inform your students. Think about security, about rights of your students. You cannot do it. You are not allowed to do it. You should do it or you must do it. Think as you wish. I think you must do it, informing your students in advance. Because maybe some of them don't want to be recorded. Maybe their parents don't want their children to be recorded. It doesn't matter what reasons you will have, but you have to be allowed, you must be allowed to record them. So inform them in advance. Inform them that you are going to record it. If they allow you to do it or not. Don't do it without informing them. And I would like to talk about sharing your videos, your not your videos, sorry, but your participants' videos. Don't do it, please, in Facebook, in other places, because it is not safe, it is not secured. For example, in Europe, or I can bring the example of our twinning project. We cannot share videos even with our partners without closing or having some emojis on our students' faces because it is not safe, because it is must for example, our training project, not to have faces of our students. But if you share some videos or something in social networks, don't do it open. Or you need to have privacy, or you need to close with some image or something else, smile the faces of your participants. And in the Zoom, um, when you if you want to share your Zoom meeting or discussion with your peers or somebody else or in social networks, but don't do it, please. It is not secure. It is not you it's your students, your children's right not to do it, not to share their videos or something else. Okay. Of course, it's advice. I cannot insist on my view. So it's your choice to do it or not. But working very long time with our partners from Europe or the USA, it is must for us to do, and we are used to doing it. And I wanted to share my experience with my colleagues and now my friends. You may need to have a way of remembering to record the session. As I do, I always forget to record my sessions, my lessons, and my students remind me or somebody else. Think about where and how you're going to store your lesson recordings. For example, I didn't think about this issue because I didn't know how at the first I mean I didn't know how it was going to be, where to store it, and if I need to store it. And my laptop is doing it automatically. It it stored my recorded lessons in a document section. So you can choose where you want your recordings to be stored, or your Zoom will do it automatically. I advise you to experiment with the functions in advance to know the best way of using it, how to record it, where to use, where to store it. Maybe your Zoom will store the recordings in the place where the best version of storing. So experiment with this method. And if you use breakout rooms, what happens in this room is not recorded. If you remember last time when we had our Facebook online session, we recorded our but when I break out the room, that part doesn't record. So your microphone. Okay. That's all. If you have any questions right now or later, I'd be very glad. I'd be so glad to answer to all your questions. I know that I give a lot of information and you are confused now, but a little bit later you store your information in proper boxes and uh, 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 by experimenting your knowledge that you have gained today, you will have some questions or you will not have some questions. Anyway, if you have some questions right now, I'm glad to answer them. If you will have them a little bit later or whenever, I will be glad to answer them. And you have my phone number. You can even call me. You can mail me. You can write me or whatever. So
will you please send us the recordings? Will you please send us the recordings of this session? Will you please send us the recording of this session?
Of course.
Later on, we may forget something.
Sure, I will do.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
No. Thank you
I
for
think everything was
Thank you very much.
very much.
Thank you very much, Karin and Jan.
I'm very glad. I'm very glad to have seen you again, to have met you again, because I miss you. I miss my friends.
We miss you too.
We miss you too.
And
Okay.
I hope this session will be useful and important and essential for you in the future when you will use your Zoom again.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye. See you next time. Hope.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
You?
Bye bye.
Other sessions again.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Kajan, when is our next meeting? When is our next meeting?
I don't know exactly, but I guess it will be in June.
Yes. In June.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck in your exams.
Good night. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.